Hello, and welcome back to Fiona Explores. Today I'm taking you to one of the most fascinating cities on earth, Rome. For those of you that are new here, I travel the world to uncover the best places to visit, eat, and experience in general. Now let's get started. Rome is a city that can't be rushed. Every corner holds a story, every street seems to hum with history, and even grabbing a coffee can feel like a moment straight out of a film. So, whether it's your first time here or you're coming back for more, these are my top ways to spend your time in Rome through history, food, and hidden corners. So, I'm going to start you off with the Colosseum, the heart of ancient Rome. No trip to Rome feels complete without a trip to the Colosseum. Standing in front of it, it's impossible not to imagine the roar of the crowds, the clatter of the armour from centuries ago. Take the time to walk around. I advise going inside if you can. It looks beautiful after dark, lit up in the colours of the Italian flag. Just over the road from the Colosseum, we have the Roman Forum. This is where Rome's power was born. Once the centre of public life in ancient Rome, today it's a landscape of ruins that still echo history. Here, when you're walking through, just imagine that you're walking through the same paths that emperors and senators once used many years ago. It's like stepping back in time. For our next one, I'm going to take you to the Pantheon. Now, the Pantheon, it's a miracle of engineering. It's one of those buildings that stops you in your tracks. The dome seems to float in the air. It's free to enter. And I recommend visiting this one around midday because at midday, sunlight or daylight pours through the oculus and it lights up the marble floor. It's breathtaking and worth queuing for this one. Next on my list, I've got the Trevi Fountain. This fountain's a Baroque masterpiece and much more impressive in real life than on photographs because they simply just do not do it justice. When Salvi died before it was finished, Giuseppe Panini took over, and it only finally completed back in 1762 after about 30 years of construction. There's a bit of legend surrounding this fountain too that says tossing one coin ensures your return to Rome, and I can confirm that it works. But beyond the legend, it's just magical, beautiful, day or night, and if time allows, see it both in daylight and darkness. Next, we're heading over to the Piazza Navona. This square is pure joy. Fountains splashing, artists painting, music playing, and of course the smell of espresso drifting from the many nearby cafes. I recommend finding a seat, grabbing yourself a coffee, and just taking the time to watch the world go by. Watching the people here feels like you're really watching the rhythm of Rome itself. Up next, I've got the Spanish Steps. These steps are as iconic as they are busy, but it's worth the climb, and it's not too difficult. The top is perfect for people watching, snapping photos, or browsing the nearby shops. It's one of the places that makes you stop and soak in the buzz of Rome. Next on my list, I've got Trastevere. Here's local life and even in magic. So if you cross the river, you'll find it. And it's one of my favourite neighbourhoods in the world. It's colourful, romantic, and it's full of charm. Here, time slows down. You can wander the cobble lanes, stumble into family-run trattorias, or sit with a glass of wine as the evening lights start to flicker on. If you've only have one free evening in Rome, spend it here. It's where the city truly feels alive. On my last visit, I even managed not to take pasta for one meal and had the tastiest meatballs instead. Another recommendation I've got for you would be St. Peter's Basilica. Don't matter if you're religious or not, it will leave you speechless. The size, the art, the detail, it's extraordinary and a masterpiece in itself. Of course, I recommend climbing the dome if you can, because the view from the top is absolutely fabulous. I don't believe anybody should go to Rome without seeing the Vatican museums. It's a treasure chest of history almost. There's incredible exhibitions that lead to Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel ceiling, which is a breathtaking piece of art. It is humongous. And even though it had been described to me before, the sheer scale of it, it really did astonish me. You could visit the Vatican many times and still find something new each trip. And maybe we can discuss some of Rome's hidden corners, because some of my favourite moments in Rome happened far away from the crowds, in quiet alleys, lesser known piazzas, tucked away churches, narrow side streets where laundry hangs between the buildings. Listen for church bells, look for the warm light on old stone, let yourself get lost. These hidden corners help you feel the soul of the city. And when I talk about Rome's hidden corners, I mean those little places that don't always make the list, like Via Marguta, where ivy climbs the walls and painters hang their work, or the Orange Garden on Aventine Hill, where you see St. Peter's Dome through a canopy of citrus trees. Some honourable mentions would be Castel Sant'Angelo. This was once a fortress and now its picturesque reflection mirrors beautifully on the River Tiber. Then there's Campo di Fiore, bustling by day with its open market, and it's very lively at night with music and laughter. Another one, let's do somewhere that's got outside as well as inside. Villa Borghese Garden. It's like Rome's green heart, perfect for walking, a picnic if it's warm enough, or even hiring bikes. Now, being a foodie, it's time to move on to one of my favourite parts. Let's talk about tasting Rome, and I'm going to be talking pasta, gelato, and joy. So, food here isn't just something that you eat, it's a way of life. Try carbonara with its creamy egg-rich sauce. Taste cacao e pepe, which is just cheese, pepper, and perfection. If you want something richer, order amatriciana or gracia, the ancestor of them all. This is made with guanciale, pecorino romano, and black pepper, but without the eggs, so very similar to a carbonara. And of course, for after pasta, there's gelato. I recommend flavours pistachio, nocciola, or hazelnut for people that know it as hazelnut, or even a big scoop of lemon if it's a hot day. One of my favourite things to do is to grab a scoop and wander around, just letting the city unfold around me. So those are my top ways to spend your time in Rome, and that's going from the ancient wonders to the quiet corners, and of course, considering the yummy pasta. But if you'd like to dive deeper, my Rome travel blog's linked below, full of tips and photos, and my 3-day Rome guide itinerary book is available now. That's got includes everything from my favourite local restaurants to must-dos for any budget. Plus, it has an extra section for those staying a little longer, so you can stretch your trip beyond the classics and explore even more hidden corners of the Eternal City. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more adventures. And let me know in the comments, is there anywhere specific I should visit on my next trip? Thank you for watching.